I was about 12 years old at the time. It was otherwise a normal day. Sunday night, about 10 p.m. I had to go to school the next day, so I was about to go to bed. So my mom asked me to find the cat to get him in for the night. So I looked out the front door and was like, Brian! Yes, our cat's name was Brian, just don't ask. Brian! And then I looked left into the street across the road from ours. I don't know why, but I just looked at the space between two houses. And that's when I saw it. Growing up, I believed a lot in things like the supernatural and magic. And I was the kind of person who'd salute at magpies and avoid cracks in the road so I wouldn't get bad luck. But now I'm much more of a see it to believe it kind of person. I'm not sure what sparked this change, but one day I was just kinda like, wait, none of this makes any sense at all. Okay, so I have to admit this. The title of this video was misleading. Yeah, I know, clickbait, whatever, but I actually saw ghosts 2 times. But wait, how can you call yourself a skeptical person if you believe in ghosts? Well, actually, I don't believe in ghosts. But then how... Yeah, I know it doesn't make sense. Actually, I'm not sure if I believe in them or not. Let me just explain what I saw and maybe you can help me out. So when I was 12 and looking for my cat, and I looked at the street to the left of mine, I saw a man. He was wearing an old-timey suit, like from the 1920s or something, and he had a top hat on. He looked translucent. I could see partially through him, and he was blue and glowing. Yeah, exactly like how ghosts are depicted in every horror movie ever. I know it sounds stupid, but I'm just remembering what I saw. Or at least, what I think I saw. The most spooky thing, though, was the way he moved. He took long strides that looked kind of graceful in an uncanny way. I saw him for maybe like 1 second, but it proper spooked me. I was like, Mom, I think I just saw a ghost. And I showed her where I saw it, but she didn't see anything, of course. So that was the first time I saw a ghost. And like I said, it wasn't the last. But the second time it happened was a bit more unsettling. It happened maybe a year or 2 after I saw the blue man. So, opposite my house there was an apartment, and in the top flat I'd always see at night this weird light flashing in an otherwise dark room. Thinking back on it now, it was probably just a TV, but back then I'd sit and stare at it every now and then and try to figure out what it was. But one day when I looked over, it wasn't a person this time, they were like creatures, like goblins or something, but the faces were contorted in a horrific way, and they appeared and reappeared frantically. They had a similar glowing, translucent appearance to the man I saw, but this time they were a sickly greenish yellow colour. I could only look for a few seconds before something inside me dragged me away. I felt an intense kind of fear that told me to get as far away as possible. I never looked in that window again. Well, until I got older. I looked over there a few times since developing the more skeptical outlook on life. The light was still there, but I honestly just think it was a TV. So, after everything I've seen, why do I still not believe in ghosts? Well, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure if I believe that I actually saw what I just described to you. As more time passes since it happened, I question it more and more. Maybe it was just a really realistic dream? The thing is, I don't want to believe in ghosts, because it just doesn't make sense to me. Why would ghosts exist? And why would only some people be able to see them, only sometimes? What's the point of that? Did I only see them so I could make this video? Anyway, that's my experience with the supernatural. So now I want to know what you thought of my story. Have you had any similar experiences? Or do you think there's an explanation for what I saw? Either way, I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching.